Good afternoon and welcome to match number two today of the UWI Games 2026. And it's going to be the Cave Hill, University of West Indies Cave Hill out of Barbados. They come up against the University of West Indies St. Augustine out of Trinidad and Tobago. And opening the bowling here for the St. Augustine. St. Augustine won the toss, the captain, Simon Hackett, winning the toss. And he elected to bowl first. And looking at the pitch, there's a lot of reasons why the pitch looks a little bit slower, looks a little bit on the damp side. So he has elected to bowl first. Looking at his playing 11, San Hackett, the captain, Jared Chin, wicket keeper, Surav Worrell, Tristan Gray, Rondell Ramluga, Namari Venna, Zachary Marjorie, Kendall Puchun, Daniel Bab, who's got the ball in hand right now. Shazad Mohammed is the man who makes up the 11. And for Cave Hill, Antonio Morris, the captain, Hans Campbell, Paul Miller, Kevion Newton, Jamon Andrew, Romani Roach, Romario Paris, Ramsey Yearwood, Isaiah Fuchs, Calvin Marcus, Preston Clark. They make up the 11. Man with the ball in hand, as we mentioned, is going to be Daniel Babb. And the opening bowlers for the opening batsman, sorry, for Cave Hill, it's going to be Paul Miller and Hans Campbell. Paul Miller on strike, and he is going to be looking to get them off to a good start. They got to try to take advantage of the power play on a slow wicket. Throughout the middle overs is going to be tough. It is Bob. Good start, good shift on offer. That's what you tend to see left-arm spinners do with the new ball in their hand. Daniel Babb, out of Barbados, has been in Trinidad and Tobago for a couple of years now. I think 3 years now at least, playing club cricket. He is in to bowl again to Miller. And that's a beauty. Daniel Babb starts well. Realized how much drift was on offer with the heavy breeze around after the first ball. And then let's have a look at that delivery. Went a little bit wider and let the ball do its work and just beating the off stump. This one keeping a bit low. Oh, Babb on spot early. He would have had stints at Victoria. He would have had stints at Queen's Park Cricket Club and Mary Boys. And now back at Victoria as he's cutting this one away straight to the man at point. And there's no run. This is an excellent start from Babb. This one given some bit more air, pitched up a bit, hit straight to the man at point. Looks like Surav Worrell. Oh, 5 dots to start. And this time cut away straight to the man at point. In fact, the Shazad Mohammed there at point. At the end of the first, a maiden over for Daniel Babb. Playing against a lot of players that he knows well, being a Bijan himself. But as I mentioned earlier, he played a lot of cricket in Trinidad and Tobago over the past 3 or 4 years. And it looks like it's going to be Tristan Gray. Or is it Marjorie? It is going to be Zachary Marjorie. Two left-arm spinners going to take up the mantle for St. Augustine here. So Hans Campbell from Cave Hill gonna take up the strike now. After that start from Bab, it's Marjorie. Left arm round the wicket. Giving this one some air. He's driven, and that's a good stop there from Daniel Bab. Can't keep him out the action at the moment. Well, the offside to the right-hander is going to be the small side because after this morning's game, they moved the pitch. They moved pitches all the way to the right. So the offside is going to be the short side. Marjorie would probably look to attack a little bit straighter as this one is edging all the way down to third man. Shazad Mohammed does well. And Andre Suglal cleans up, but they can't prevent the third run. So Cave Hill off and running now. And Hans Campbell is off the mark. Good delivery though from Marjorie. And it's prompted Cyan Hackett to now move himself into the slip cordon. Oftentimes you see a ball go to slip and then you move the guy there into the cordon and then the ball goes exactly where you create the gap. So let's see what happens here. Marjorie needs to know that that's the length and that's the line. That's going to be dangerous on this wicket. It's going to turn. You could have seen that from looking at it earlier on. Bit too short. Cut away, but straight to Shazan Mohammed. In the air. A chance here. Ram Logan settles underneath it, running backwards. And he takes a catch. A lovely catch running backwards. It is never easy. And Zachary Marjorie picks up a wicket. He's had a good season domestically in Trinidad and Tobago, and he's brought that form into the UWI Games 2026. Ram Logan running back is never easy, judging those ones, and he did it very well in the end. So that's the first wicket down, and St. Augustine large and in charge in this encounter early on. New batsman Kevin Newton. Well, Marjorie is in. The batsman Kevin Newton. Marjorie will look to pick up another one early. Newton. That's a good delivery. Once again, that drift proving to be dangerous early on. It's a heavy breeze moving from left to the right of your screens. Seen some good cricket today earlier on. We saw Mona post 274 for 3 in their 20 overs. It's Madre again, pushing this one into the point region. Sir Warrell does the fielding at the end of two. It's 4 for 1. We spoke about that game earlier. 274 mammoth total from Yui Mona. And they were able to win the game by 204 runs after Brian Barnes, the big skipper, scored 137 not out. We'll just have to wait and see how that turns out later on in terms of the standings. As St. Augustine playing their first game here. We saw yesterday that Global Campus was absolutely dominated by this Barbados unit, this Cave Hill unit. So a lot of points up for grabs. St. Augustine, as we mentioned, into their first game here. We're about to continue. A maiden over to start the game. He's into a new batsman now, Kevin Newton. But off the back foot. It's a slow pitch, so it is going to be difficult to score freely, even in the power play where there's only two fielders outside the circle. So cut straight to Shazan Mohammed. Excellent fielding. They're running in quickly, getting to the ball, not allowing the Cave Hill team a sniff at the moment. It's been all St. Augustine at the beginning of this one. Just playing a little bit later, realizing that he has to wait on it and getting it just past Cyan Hackett at first slip. Newton gets off strike. It's back to Hans Campbell. We spoke about how good the start has been, and I think in T20 cricket it's always so important to win the power play. I think a team that could win the power play in any innings, it really pushes you going forward. It's the most important part of the game, in my opinion, is about starting well and setting yourself up for those death overs. And if St. Augustine can continue on this note, it would be excellent for them. But the Cave Hill guys will always be chasing the game. This time he's driving. That's a lovely shot. And that's going to race to the boundary. 4 runs for Hans Campbell. Daniel Babb just a little bit guilty for over pitching this one. Let's have a look at it again. Slightly over pitched. And Hans Campbell was able to just get his hands through the ball over cover. Babb employing to use long on a deep mid wicket. So no one out on that offside boundary. This time it cut straight back in. He had to play that late and close to his body. And it's going to run into the boundary for 4. So back-to-back boundaries for Hans Campbell. Fortuitous this one. That was an absolute beauty from Babb. Started way outside, maybe on the 5th stump line. And darted right back in. Almost onto the off stump. He got away with playing that late cut. And he ended up getting it right past the fielder. Picks up another boundary. So 13 for 1. And Campbell on to 11. A loud appeal, and he's gone. Excellent work from Gerard Chin behind the stumps. And Daniel Babb strikes after getting hit for 2 boundaries. He has answered with a wicket. Campbell has to go. Stump Chin, bowl Babb. It's 13 for 2. Let's have a look at it again. Once again, drifting and turning this time. And Gerard Chin was quick to it. Excellent work behind the stumps. These two would have combined a lot of times over this local cricket season in Trinidad and Tobago, playing for the Merry Boys. And they combine once more here in UWI Games 2026 to pick up another wicket. And after 3 overs, it's 13 for 2. The new batsman, Antonio Morris, the skipper. And boy, oh boy, has he got some work to do to rebuild this innings. It's Marjorie. Looking to cut this one is Kevion Newton, and just leaning back a bit, so not transferring his weight towards the ball. So some quick work from Gerard Chin. Starting to cement his name in T20 cricket around Trinidad and Tobago now. So he's cutting this one straight to Daniel Babb. A good bit of work in the field from Babb, looking to get the run out, but Marjorie can't pick up cleanly at the bowler's end, and they get through for another run. So 2 added to the total. Let's have a look at that again. Quick one-hand pickup from Babb and fired it. That's a good delivery. That length is going to be difficult for Kevion Newton to score from. Most he can do is just nudge it away. You need a partnership here. And I think Newton and Morris know that they just need to spend some time together and get Cave Hill back into this game. It's not a 180 or 190 pitch by any means. They've got to more look at somewhere around 150, 160 and try to make that do. They've got a good bowling attack, so 150 or 160 is not going to be too hard for them to defend. You're going to need to get something around that because you look at this Cave Hill, this is Augustine batting lineup. You got the likes of Cyan Hackett, Jared Chin, Ronda Ram Logan, a lot of raw power. It's a bit flatter and faster from Marjorie. Hit down the ground for a single. Now slip a backward point, cover, an extra cover, and a mid-off, all on the offside. So good delivery from Marjorie. Once again, we speak about that length. So the other 4 is 17 for 2. So Bob in for his third over. Same field. He's got that long on and that deep mid wicket. A bit slower this time from Bob. Antonio Morris looking to play through the offside. Swing and a miss. And we're going to have to wait the signal from the umpire if it was buys or not. And it is going to be buys. Big swing from Antonio Morris. Bob continues to get some movement in the air. So I'm a bit wider. And it looks like a misfield. They'll be able to come back with two. In fact, it's just a single. Newton. But we did get two. This is good from Bob, though. He's really not let up too much. Minus that one delivery that he was hit over cover for four. Other than that, he's been right on spot. That other boundary that he was hit for was pretty fortuitous. That's a good delivery. Without appeal, but seemed to be bat first. Angling all the way back in for our ball once again. In the air. Straight to Venner. And Bob strikes. 2 wickets in the power play for Bob. 3 for UWI St. Augustine. And Kevin Newton has to go for 7 of 13. It's all St. Augustine at the moment. 20 for 3 at the end of 5. New batsman, Javon Andrew. He's in at number 5. Final over of the power play coming up. Daniel Babb. 3 overs, 1 maiden, 2 wickets, 11 runs. And Madri on the other end, 2 overs, 1 for 8. He's in to finish the power play off. The man on strike, Antonio Morris. Oh, and he's flashing at this one. Beats chin. Beats Hackett at slip. Runs into the boundary for 4. And it is going to be buys. That one just seemed to get some more bounce than Chin expected. This one just worked into the onside. Madri gets around. Can't prevent the single though. Morris is on to 2 and much needed runs in this over so far for Steve Hill. as they try to rebuild this innings from a place of despair. Maybe from Marjorie. He's going and he's going big. He's gotten enough on that. That's 6 runs for Jevon Andrew. Let's have a look at this one again. Marjorie guilty of just being a little bit too full. Jevon Andrew had a little step towards the ball and got it all the way over. A deep extra cover for 6. He's pushing this one into the offside, looking for one. And Ralph Worrell there, unable to pick up cleanly, but they still prevent the single at the end of the power play. 31 for 3. Really good spell from the opening bowler, Zachary Marjorie, 3 overs, 1 for 15 with 11 dots. But it was Daniel Babb, 3 overs, 14 dot balls. He had a maiden included in that, 2 wickets for 11 runs. So, the umpire signals the end of the power play. And Cyan Hackett, a real local star here in Trinidad and Tobago, is up into the attack now. He has not played a lot of cricket this season, but he is ready for action here. And he's going to be looking to take a couple of wickets early on. He's a promising fast bowler. It's a ball a long way as well. He's one of the cleanest hitters of the ball in Trinidad and Tobago at the moment. So it's going to be very exciting to see what he has in store for us as he's into the skipper of the Cave Hill unit, Antonio Morris. Here's Hackett. Starts off with a slower delivery. And it's just tickled down to fine leg. And Surav Worrell can't pick up cleanly. And they get 4 runs. Starts off with a leg cutter. Saw it out of the side of his hand almost. And Worrell just getting a bad bit of bounce just before picking up on the boundary rope. He's got a sweeper, long off, long on, deep mid wicket, deep square leg. Conventional field. Not a bad delivery outside the off stump. Think about the bowlers to come. Other than Hackett himself, you've got a guy by the name of Tristan Gray, a young medium pacer. You've got Surav Worrell, who's just returned some brilliant stuff in the T20 festival in Trinidad and Tobago. A good delivery from Hackett, just back up a length, and Morris is on the back foot, works it into the onside for a single. Good batting from Morris as well. Knows that he can't take any unnecessary risk at the moment to put his team in further trouble. So he's gonna have to bat with some responsibility. This one flashed away, and he's gonna get runs. Four of them. Using the pace really on that one, Javon Andrew. And with no one out on that point and third man boundary, once he got enough bat on it, it was always going to go away for some runs. But Jawan Andrew is on to 10. He's hit a 6 and a 4 in this innings already in just 5 deliveries. Loud appeal. Seems to be just going down leg, but Hackett seems to be working up some pace here. Let's have a look at this one again. Yeah, I think just straightening too much. Definitely going down leg, but Hackett getting into his groove now. Well, this Hackett closed off the over. 40 for 3. Hackett doing the fielding of his own bowling at the end of the 7th over. It's 41 for 3. Javon Andrews on to 11. Morris on the other end on 7. In the air. It was a bit uppish for some time, but in that vacant short cover region, just 1 run. So Amari Venna is the new bowler. Amari Venna is a Lucian cricketer who's been attending University of Western East St. Augustine. So cut away. Daniel Bob is out there. And they get 2. Amari Venna, as we mentioned, from St. Lucia. And so he's adding in Trinidad and Tobago at the moment for school. Represents the Queen's Park Cricket Club. And a bit of an appeal down the leg side though as Madre fields this one. It's going to be a leg by added to the total. And it's on uppish again. Just beating Venna. can't prevent the single. Looking just helpless on his way. Once again, off the pad. So Venna just maybe guilty of being a little bit too straight this afternoon. 6 runs up the over with one delivery to go. In the air, taken! A lovely catch there from the man at cover, Kendall Puchun. And Mari Venna has his first wicket. It's 47 for 4. Andrew has to go. Let's have a look at this one again. It was short in the surface. And Kendall Puchun doing very well to pluck that one out of the air. 47 for 4. And Cave Hill slip into further trouble. We're back, and it looks like Isaiah Folks is going to be the new batsman as Hackett is looking to continue. Here's Hackett. Morris just pulling away there. Down the leg side. Single down to Bob. So a delivery, a loud appeal from Hackett. Nothing from it though from the umpire. Let's have a look. It was a slow delivery. A leg cutter. It was a good delivery from Hackett, but definitely going down leg. Chata Mohammed having a shy at the stumps there. Let's look at it again. Good delivery on that top of off stump line and length. And Hackett. What's another dot ball here? No changes field relief. 5 fielders outside. In fact, there is one change. There is a deep point, uh, deep cover, long on, deep mid wicket, deep backward square. Piece off again down to deep points. And they should be able to pick up two. They're going back. And they get two. Pull away. Bob's out there. No more than one. So Hackett just one delivery now left in the ninth over. At the moment, Cave Hill going on around 6 and over, 53 for 4. Another piece off delivery this time, but it's down the leg side. It's going to have to reload that one. Another single pushed into the offside at the end of 9 is 55 for 4. So Vanna to continue. A wicket for 4 runs in his first over. And then a change of ends as this one just sneaking through. In fact, it was not a change of ends. It is this end that Venner pulled from. My apologies. So it's going to go down as a bye. It's gone downtown. That's a big hit. Catch it was the cry from Amari Venner, but it was over pitch and it was hit well. 4 runs. Junior Morris just waiting on this one on the back foot and smacking it in the gap for four. So back to back boundaries. Vienna starting to leak some runs here. Passing close to the off stump there. A good finish to the over from Vienna. The end of 10 is 65 for four. We're going to take a short break as the players have a refreshment. So we're back after the drinks break, and it's Daniel Babb into the attack for his fourth and final over. 65 for 4. Morris, the skipper, is on strike. Isaiah Fuchs is on the non-strikers end. Short and wide from Babb, just trying to get back for a lovely bit of fielding from Kendall Puchun. Have a look at this effort again. Lovely work from Kendall Puchun, who's the captain of this UE team. It's in the air, into no man's land. And it's that man, Kendall, again. He's in on the action all the time. That one just in back into the surface and holding up. And just in the gap. That one getting some bounce this time. Bob having a great game at the moment. He's really bowling well. Good delivery again, just holding in the surface. So Morris is not having an easy time out there whatsoever. Kendall Puchin getting into the act again. He's been a real hot spot in that cover region. And so took a lovely catch up from Mari Venner. And it's Bob to close the over. And it's an edge where slip would have been. And it's a long chase. Hackett. In fact, it's not Hackett. Looks like Tristan Gray who's chasing after. He can't get there. And a boundary to close Bab's spell, but a brilliant spell nonetheless. At the end of the 11th over, 71 for 4. Daniel Babb completes his spell, 4 overs, 2 for 17. And Morris playing with some soft hands there to get himself a boundary. He moves on to 27. Surab Warrell into the attack. Another young version of spinner who's into the St. Augustine campus of UWI. He's been here for second year here, I believe. He's going to be looking to pick up some wickets. He had a brilliant T20 festival representing uh, Merry Boys. And with down leg. Decent delivery. And Fuchs gets back on the back foot and punches it down to Venner at the long on. Surab Warrell spoke about his heroics in the T20 festival. Just 12 overs, 87 runs, and 7 wickets. Economy rate of 7.25, which is excellent in T20 cricket. This one is straight to Madre. And they sneak a single either way. This time an inside edge off the flick. Straight to Zachary Madre again. You get another single. And he's bowled him. Worrell strikes. Morris has to go. But that's a big one. The skipper's gone for 28. It's 75 for 5. And a clinic in off-spin bowling from Sourav Worrell. Came back a long way. Was probably on that 5th stump, maybe even 6th stump line. And cut all the way back onto the stumps of Morris. That's a big wicket for Worrell. And the Cave Hill campus are under some pressure. Their coach Pedro Collins will definitely be a little bit concerned at this point in time. It's 75 for 5 in at 7. Preston Clark. Preston Clark in at number 7. Sourav Worrell getting the breakthrough. It's a big wicket of Antonio Morris. In the air again. No one. Not short lead, man. Bob gets around. They just get one. What could have been another wicket for Worrell. A loud appeal. Maybe a bit of height there is what's going to save folks at the end of 12 is 76 for 5. Madri back into the attack, into his 4th and final over. He's well so far. 12 dot balls in his 3 overs so far. Kendall Puchin fielding the ball there. It's a single. Driven uppishly just wide of Hackett. And Suglal out there does the fielding, a bit of fielding. Down the ground. Daniel Babs out there and long off. He does the fielded. It's been good for Margie, a good spell. Loud appeal. Margie looking to run off in celebration. Not out, says the umpire. Just notion there that it's going down leg. You can see that clearly. Just going down with the angle. Let's have an edge from there's a fork straight to Worrell. Short third man. There's no run at the end of 13:79 for 5. Worrell is going to continue. Preston Clark, the man on strike. Loud appeal. Catch it was a call from Hackett. Chin couldn't get there. Looking for the reverse sweep. A loud appeal from Chin. Behind the stumps. Not out, says the umpire. Let's have a look at that one again. Preston Clark pulling out the stops. Trying to reverse sweep. And the Chin immediately going up. That's a big hit straight to the man. A diving effort. He overran it, Tristan Gray, and had to go back. And a drop chance of Worrell pulls his head in despair. And a much needed boundary for Cave Hill. This is another big hit down the ground. And Ronda look at this time, trying to stop that one, but he can't. 6 runs for Preston Clark. And the score has moved on to 89 for 5. Here's Worrell again to close off the over. Preston Clark working this one into the onside. He's picked the gabble lovely. There's going to be a chase and it's going to be cut off well by Amari Venner. Had to cover a lot of distance. And the Clark picks up 2 to close up the over at the end of 14, 91 for 5. Preston Clark has played a lot of cricket over in the US. He's played in the minor league for Orlando Galaxy. Pretty handy all around now with the bat, with the ball in hand as well. But Tristan Gray is going to be brought into the attack. As he meets up with Cyan Hackett as they discuss the fielding positions that he would want. He's going to go with a long on, a long off, deep cover, deep mid wicket, and the deep backward square. There's Gray into the attack for the first time today. So hit into the gap, but Amari Bennett does very well to get around, and they pick up a couple. Oh, it's a lovely shot. That should be four. It is. It was full, it was wide, and it was played brilliantly into the boundary for four. I think he needs to be a little bit straighter. Oh, a big heave there from Folks. And it was back into the surface, pace off. In the air. Venner is getting around. Takes the catch. Lovely from Amari Venner. A brilliant effort. And Tristan Gray has a wicket. Folks has to go, and that's the breakthrough that St. Augustine needed. It's 97 for 6. Back into the surface, and he still went through with the shot. And Amari Venner, such a brilliant fielder, got around and took the catch. And that is the fall of the 6th wicket, and it's all UWI St. Augustine. They're putting on a dominant display here in UWI spec. The new batsman in at number 8 is going to be the Manny Roach, with just about 5 overs and 2 deliveries left. The Manny Roach is on strike. First left-hander that we've seen from Cave Hill today. Tristan Gray just moving around some of his fielders at the moment. Good delivery. Well played. Well. You got a feel for Tristan Gray. That was an excellent delivery. But it was an even better shot from the Manny Roach. Nothing the keeper could have done about that one. Tristan Gray operating around the wicket now. Uh, he's working up some pace there. That one crashing into the ribs of the Manny Roach. Let's have a look at it. Right up into the rib cage. Roach seems to be okay at the end of a good over for Tristan Gray. 10 runs off it, but he picked up the big wicket of Isaiah Folks at the end of 15. It's 101 for 6. And there's also going to be a change in bowling. Looks like it's going to be Shazad Mohammed into the attack to replace Surav Worrell. A bit expensive in his second over. Oh, here he is, Shazad Mohammed. He's going to be bowling around the wicket. A loud appeal. Good over so far from Shazad Mohammed. He's getting some turn off the surface. Simon Hackett going into that slip position now. Continues to bowl well. We're going to look for a quick single. Tristan Gray a bit slow to come off at point. It's from Tristan Gray. Don't think he's going to get there. He runs into the boundary for 4. At the end of 16 overs, 107 for 6. Shazad Mohammed, a good over up until that last delivery. quick look through at the bowlers. The pick of the bowlers, Daniel Babb, 4 overs, 2 for 17. Hackett is back into the attack. 2 overs, none for 17. Started one around the leg side. So wide. It's Hackett again. So straight to Kendall Butcher at the short mid wicket. He's had a good day in the field today. You want to have his say when he's back. Preston Clark, it's probably been the best batsman so far, other than Morris. He's on the 19 of 12. He's made some good shots. So 3.5 overs left in this innings. They want to get to 140. If they can get to 140 on this pitch, it could be a difficult chase. Hitting this one hard down the ground. And a good bit of fielding out there from the man at long off. Tristan Gray out there. Okay, there's a lot of variations today. So a couple of leg cutters, some off cutters as well, but he hasn't really ramped up to his full piece. He has been struggling with injury show this season. A full toss this time. Just one. A mistake made there by Gerard Chin. And it goes fast in for four. Four buys added to the total. And Hackett won't be happy with that. A loud appeal. Hackett asking the question once again. The umpire not interested. More leg buys. Let's have a look at this one again. They're definitely pitching outside leg. One delivery to go in the 17th over. Preston Clark looking to finish this innings off. Need a wicket here. Since Augustine, you don't want him there at the end. Good delivery from Hackett to Cruz. At the end of 17, it's 117 to 6. Shazad Mohammed is back into the attack into the second over. Manny Roach is on strike 6 of 10. It's not this sort of wicket where you can just come in and play shots on. You need to try to get settled before you can hit, and that's what Roach is realizing now. There's Mohammed again. Hit straight back and almost taking the return catch. Well, lovely bit of fielding from Hackett there, and there's no run. Definitely saving at least 2 runs for his team there. Straight back down the ground this time. Get back for the second on the overthrow. Oh, that's a big hit in the air. Bob is down there. Drops it. Daniel Bob has put down a sitter. And Preston Clark lives to fight another day. He'll get two at the end of 20, at the end of 18 overs. It's 122 for 6. Well. Preston Clark can't believe that he's got another life there. We've got to feel for Sam Hackett. He's been out of action for a long time because of his injuries. And he's back. He's gotten himself ready for you games. And he's not had a great time with his players in the field. That one was way too easy. A leg by. Zachary Madre collects the ball. With 9 deliveries left in the innings, 125 for 6. Preston Clark has done a really good job. He's lived a chance life, but he's done enough to get his team to somewhat respectable of a total. This one pushed into the outside, and Venner can't stop it. Picks up 4 more. Thought Venner could have done a little bit better there. Seemed to be right at him. Oh, he's hit this one hard down the ground. Well fielded from Tristan Gray. That's for a single. It's not been bad from San Hackett. Got delivery to go in his spell. None for 29. Should have had a wicket or two. Slow ball into the surface and completes his spell. 4 overs. None for 29. At the end of 19, it's 130 for 6. Final over coming up, Tristan Gray. Into Preston Clark, 130 for 6. There he is. Good delivery. Right up in the block hole. Preston Clark hitting it straight back at the stumps. So very good start from Green this over. 2 dots. You always want to start your last over well. You get hit for a 6 on the first ball, you're always kind of playing catch up. So Gray knows that he's on top of the over so far. Clark giving himself some room. This one hit straight down the ground. Hackett's there. And Hackett does not drop many. Tristan Gray has another wicket. More importantly, another dot ball in the last over. 130 for 7. He gave himself some room and it was in the slot, but I think because he was on the move, he wasn't able to be up and hit the ball as hard as he can. And an easy catch for Hackett in the end. The new man in Calvin Marcus. Here's Gray again into Marcus. Hold him. Tristan Gray is having a really good day out. Picks up his third wicket and he's on a hat trick now. Let's have a look at it again. That's bowling full and straight. That's one clipping the leg stump. Didn't really get up. Andre Yearwood is the new batsman. Tristan Gray is going to be looking for a hat trick here. It's been a really good last over. No runs conceded yet. It's great. Hat trick ball into Yearwood. It's high in the air. He has a chance. Hackett is underneath it. In fact, it's Rondell Ramlogan and Tristan Gray has taken a hat trick here at the UWI Games 2026. Second catch of the game for Rondell Ramlogan. And that's a 9th wicket down. Romario Paris is going to come in at number 11. Tristan Gray celebrates a hat trick. What a performance this has been from Tristan Gray in this last over. 3 wickets, a hat trick in fact, and yet to concede a run. Still 1 ball to go. Can he get 4 in a row? It's in the air. And it's not going to get the maiden. They're going to go back for the second. And Gerard Chen completes the run out. So 4 wickets to fall in the last 4 balls of the innings. And they finish off 131 all out at the end of 20 overs. Tristan Gray, what a performance. 2 overs, 4 wickets, 11 runs. And when we come back, UWI St. Augustine, they would need 132 runs for victory. Back here, Cave Hill finishing 131 all out since Augustine need 132 to win. The big fast bowler is going to start things off. Getting some good carry, Calvin Marcus. Chin is in some pretty good form. Just recently had some good knocks in the Trinidad and Tobago T20 festival. We hit our last ball six to win a game for Mary Boys. Now he's opening the batting here for UWI in the UWI games. Alongside him is Kendall Puchu. There's Calvin Marcus. Howard seems to be going on leg with his wicket up some good pace. Calvin Marcus, probably the quickest of the fast bowlers that we've seen across the two games today. Anthony Dackers is another one. Oh, that's a good piece this morning, Michael Clark. It's quite skiddy as well. Chin drives officially just over Antonio Morris. And Chin is off and running. He's going to look for a third. And he gets there easily in the end. So 3 runs for Jared Chin. And that's going to bring Kendall Puchin into strike. Short ball, and he's rushing on to Puchin, but he's going to get some runs for this. It was quick from Calvin Marcus. And the run signals were off the gloves. 7 already in the first over. It's not a big total that over from Tristan Gray. There's 4 wickets on a run. So rushing on to Puchin again, down to fine leg for a single. Doesn't seem comfortable with the piece just yet. Oh, Marcus into Chin now. Down the leg side and appeal. Keeper not collecting it cleanly and no signal from the umpire. So it is the end of the over. The end of one is $8. So Preston Clark is into the attack. And a good swing with the bat, struggled in the last over though. With Tristan Gray. Have the new ball in hand now. which are just looking to get off strike early. Gets in the dive and completes a single, so off and running this over. So this a long on a deep mid wicket for Preston Clark. He has to move straight. Can't give Chin anything wide. Very well moved, good length. Chin looking to go down the ground, but some taking the inside half of the bat. Spoke about it earlier. It's a difficult wicket to just come in and play shots on you. You need to be set to score runs or to score big on this wicket. So I think Chin is the sort of batsman that reads these situations quickly and understands how he needs to bat on surfaces. You would expect him to be understanding of the situation. You don't need to go all guns blazing. That one turning quite a bit. A loud appeal. The umpire says that one came off the tie pad. And the wicket is turning like this. A good option is usually to pull out the sweep. Just like that, Kendall Puchun, just as I mentioned, it's time to pull out the broom. Puchun plays a sweep. Fast square leg for four. A lovely shot. Down the leg side, appeal, a loud appeal. Nobody's interested. And off the tie pad at the end of 2:14 without loss. Right up, right, right. Calvin Marcus back into the attack. These Bayesian fast bowlers are going to look at Chin and think that he's Calvin Marcus. This one flicked away from Chin. There's a man down there at fine leg. Chin wants two and he's going to get back easily. Good running from these two. It's Marcus again to Chin. This one cut back in. You can see Chin signaling that that one just did something off the surface. You always hear coaches and experts around the world say that the slow ball is best paired with high pace. And Calvin Marcus is bowling some good pace, so a slow ball there really caught Chin off guard. Not a bad start. Much better start than Keeville had. This one flicked away in the gap from Chin. And it's going to run close to the boundary. Should run into the boundary for 4 now. And Chin picks up a boundary. He's gone on to 10 now. 20 without loss. There's Marcus in again. Oh, Chin loves that shot. That's the shot that he hit Tishon Casher for 6 with to win the game against Marching Patriots. Doesn't get away with it this time. Oh, Chin having a drive at this one does not pick the slow ball. And at the end of 3, it's 20 without loss. Mario Paris, the left arm pacer into the attack. And this one short and wide, but Kendall Kutcher not able to get back on it. Deep square and a deep fine leg. And the free slipping play as well. They need wickets. I think that's the only way that they'll be able to win this game. Defending on John 32 is not going to be easy. Couple of dots from Paris early on. Couple of changes in the field now. He's brought in the deep square leg, and he's gone with a deep cover instead. Short ball pulled into the gap from Puchun, not getting all of it, so he's gonna have to run. Picks up 2 runs. Kendall Puchun slashing hard outside off stumping this over. Reminds me of my friend Andrew Rambran. Just like that, slashing hard right outside the off stump. I think the strategy here for Kendall is that if he gets any bat on it, it's gonna be runs. He has to go hard, and that's what he's doing. He's not making any contact as of right now. Now another change in the field, the deep cover comes up into the circle and point goes back. And I think that's a better option. I would have probably also gone with a third man instead of the fine leg. Let's see how Pirates goes here. Ocean once again, the same shot he's played 4 times in this over. High in the air, this one high up the bat. The keeper's chasing after it. The slip fielder also, and a lovely catch taken. That's going to be the end of Puchun. It seemed inevitable when he started playing all those shots outside the off stump and couldn't make contact. This time he has to go. Hans Campbell taking the catch. And that is going to be it for Kendall Puchun at the end of 4. It's 22 for 1. Roger Yearwood into the attack. Shit, slashing outside the off stump there. The new man in at number 3, Andre Suglal. Chin looking to play it soft hand, but Cave Hill Keep it all over it at the moment. That's going to be welcome runs for Chin. It's a single, in fact. Man at short tail does the field it. Did you hear what? Get into Sugla and he's clipping this one. Chin wants a single. Good running. Down the track, straight to the man. Calvin Marcus takes the catch. And Gerard Chin has to go for 11 or 17 deliveries. At the end of 5, it's 24 for 2. Let's have a look at it. Trying to use his feet. I think he was better off going over long off. But try to go too straight and picked out the man. The Chin has to go. At the end of 5, it's 24 for 2. So Paris to continue. He's into Suglal now. And the new batsman at the crease, Shazad Mohammed, joins him. Paris down the leg side. The final over of the power play. This is good stuff from Mario Paris here. Twenty-five for 2. It's Paris again. Suglal working this one into the onside for a single. Shazam Mohammed gets nicely behind this one. Three deliveries to go in the power play. 26 for 2. At this stage, Cavill in a bit of a better position. So the bowling definitely causing some problems here. Look at what's to come on the Logan and Hackett. Those are the guys that you would think needs to take them through the innings. Amari Bina as well. The Asians are all over at the moment. They're getting confidence after those couple of wickets falling. Pushing this one into the offside for a single. Chance of two, but overran it. They'll just get one. Faris, 1.5 overs, 1 for 5. He's been excellent. Want delivery to go in the power play now. No run. The close off the over. The end of the power play is 27 for 2. Dot ball there to start the over. Cut away. Straight to the man. You sent Augustine need to find a way to rotate the strike. Too many dot balls are starting to build up, man. They're making a chase of 132 a lot harder than it needs to be. But credit to the Bajans. Cave Hill campus, they bowled brilliantly. Roger Yearwood, 1.3 overs, 1 wicket for 2 runs. Good running there from Mohammed. Shaken it off and took off. The loud early call always puts pressure on the fielders. So now putting this one straight to the man. Final delivery of the over. A loud appeal. The umpires not interested. That one looked to be going down leg. And at the end of 7, it's 28 for 2. Preston Clark back into the attack now. Cesar Moravit, both Cesar Moravit and Andre Sugal have been a bit too tentative. And you've got to think it's because they've lost those early wickets, but they need to find a way to rotate the strike. They're going to have a word. Was stealing quite a bit. That one's a wide, a much needed run. They're going at less than 4 runs and over at the moment. And this one hit straight back to the bowler just over his head. On clearing quite a bit. So glad I didn't know much about it. Oh, that's a lovely shot there from Sogral, but just going to be a single. That one turning a lot. Shazad Mohammed does not have a clue at the moment. At the end of 8, it's 32 for 2. Some fans around at the moment. Isaiah Folks, the leg spinner, is into the attack. Into ball to Suglal. Then it's short. Suglal gets back and it's down the ground for a single. Wide ball. Way too wide. Edge in and straight to slip. Isaiah Folks strikes. A lovely delivery, good flight. Tempting Shazad Mohammed into the shot. And he has to go for three. And that's a big wicket. They continue to take wickets, and because of how tight they've been bowling, they've kept them under pressure, forcing them to play those sort of shots. He has to go. 54 for three. And King Hill roaring back into this game. Have a look at it again. A lot of flight on that one. So he has to go to the new batsman in at number 5, Amari Venna. The solution. Good cricketer. Had a great day in the field. Get it in a bit of a tangle there, but good start again from Fuchs. It's a bit of a low for a cross. Then I kind of played all around it. You got some back on it. That's in the air. Loud appeal. Now says the umpire. So I'm asking about a wide. See if the ball hit him. Let's have a look at it again. A lovely shot there from Suglad. It's racing to the boundary. Work. A lovely bit of work there from Hans Campbell. 2 for Suglad to end the over. The end of 9. 37 for 3. to skip Antonio Morris into the attack. Oh, what a catch! What a catch from Hans Campbell. Venner has to go, and with that, we're going to take the drinks break. But let's have a look at that catch once again. One-handed dive into his left. And Venner has to go. What an effort that was from Hans Campbell. Morris strikes with his first delivery. And UWI St. Augustine, 57 for 4. That's a wide ball from Morris. Saturn Hackett is the new batsman. We need Hackett to guide them over the line. He's got a big role to play here. He's a more than capable batsman. This is around the number that I thought he would come in at. That's it, 38 for 4. Chasing 133 for victory. We need him to come good. This one not getting up as much, and Hackett scampers through for a single on the wide. So 2 runs added to the total. Cut away. A bit of field in there. Get through for one. So starting to rotate the strike a little bit better. 5 runs up the over with 2 deliveries to go. Hackett pulls out the sweep. There's a man out there though. So it'll just be one, but Simon Hackett reading the conditions quickly. At the end of the 10th over is 43 for 4. So folks back in to Hackett. 89 runs required in 10 overs. Hackett looking to launch this one into the gap. The fielder does well though. It's an excellent bit of fielding from Kevin Newton. You see some of the Mona players, the Mona athletes. Just looking on at the game. Off the back foot, pushing straight to the man, no run. Folks bowling well, 1.4 overs, none for 6. 1 for 6, in fact. So gets the sweep out, beats the man at short fine leg, runs into the boundary for 4. A much needed boundary for UWI St. Augustine. And they move on now to 48 for 4. 1 delivery to go in the over. Let's have a look at it again. Poor effort there from the man at short fine leg. The dot ball to finish at the end of 11, 48 for 4. Looking for the quick single. Sugrab gets in a dive. And the umpire says not out. Good quick single there. Morris continues. Antonio Morris, the skipper. He's moved brilliantly so far. Antonio Morris, former West Indies under 19 cricketer. Got away. Good bit of fielding again and get a single. Hackett on strike. Captain to captain now. Hackett 2 of 7. Oh, that's a beauty from Morris. Let's have a look at that one again. Oh, just beating him a bit of sharp turn. That one not getting up. And you can see Sayanakit is getting a bit frustrated. It's a difficult wicket to bat on. Antonio Morris, he's bowling brilliantly. And he's gone. Well. Set back by Hackett. And Morris is celebrating a direct hit from the man at square leg. And Sugral has to go. It's 52 for 5. Quick single for Hackett there. At the end of the over. New batsman Rondell Ramlogan. Another big hitter. So I think if you reach St. Augustine after win this game, these two need to be the ones to take it to the 20th over and try to win it. Rondre Yearwood back into the attack. 2 overs, 1 for 3. He's been brilliant. Sam Hackett almost sneaking through there. Rondre Yearwood. 79 runs from 8 overs. Hackett looking to get back and pull there. A lot of turn. And he's not getting this one to the boundary, but it's just short of the man at long off. So he lives to fight another day. But Hackett is definitely struggling. 4 of 13 on a difficult wicket. This man, Ronda Logan. If anybody's gonna find the boundary, it's gonna be him. Cut away straight to skipper Morris. Hackett goes big. It's high in the air. The fielder settles. Takes a catch. Hackett has to go. And that's a big one. Rondre Yearwood strikes. And Sam Hackett's hard time at the crease comes to an end. Preston Crack back into the attack. Daniel Babb has walked out to the middle. Rondell Logan. He's hit this one straight back to Clark. And a drop catch. Have a look at the replay here. Oh, Rondell Logan hits the ball hard. Oh, and he's almost gotten bowled through the gate. That one, the umpire thinks it's staying in too much. Reverse sweep from Bob, first ball. Daniel Bob. I don't mind it on this wicket. Bob is somebody who plays shots, and on this wicket where sweeps and reverse sweeps seem to be working. He's tried it first ball. You can't hate on. And he's launched this one. Daniel Bob, 6 runs. So Daniel Bob lighting it up now. Can we see a late surge from UWI St. Augustine, followed by Daniel Bob? Let's have a look at it again. It's a lovely hit. It's Yearwood. Interam Logan. And I can tell you one thing, if Ronderam Logan hit that, the people in Sac would have not been safe. I felt the breeze from here. Oh, what a catch! Oh, my word! And it's that man, Hans Campbell, once again. Look at the celebrations. Well, 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 Ronderam Logan has to go. Absolute stunner from Hans Campbell at slip. Let's have a look at it now. He got off the air, got into the air a long way. That ball was traveling. What an effort that was. And Hans Campbell has taken another catch. 62 for 7. In at number 9, Surab Warrell. Can the two Bayesians take UWI St. Augustine to victory against Cable Barbados? That is the beauty of UWI games. Oh, he's not ready just yet. He's not ready, Surab Warrell. Oh, 70 to get from 34. Roger Yearwood into Warrell. That's a lovely shot from Surab Warrell. No run. Good bit of fielding again from the man at point. Evil all over this game. Surab Warrell, well, well. It really is a difficult wicket to bat on. Just await the umpire signal to see if he got any bat on that. But they pick up 2 runs. And it is going to be runs for Warrell and on the edge. There we see Michael Clark having a chat with Pedro Collins and Diane Ganga. Diane Ganga is someone who's heavily involved in combined campuses on colleges teams. So he's here scouting, he's looking around. And there it is. It's a slug sweep that we know and love from Surab Warrell. He's missed out though. And now see that the runs that have been given to him have been changed to bye, so he's still not off the mark just yet. Roger here with 3.5 overs, 3 for 5, and Worrell gets a single off the last ball of the over. 5 overs to go, and they are in deep trouble here. It's 65-7. And Worrell opening the pace on this one down to third man, or at least that's what he'll tell you. But it definitely looked to be an outside edge. He gets a single. Well, slip in place for Bob, but Bob is going to keep going. That one was short, so you don't mind the shot from Bob, but it's just such a slow wicket, and it's turning so much. It's difficult to play any sort of shots on. And the reverse sweep comes out, and it's somehow going through the keeper. They look for two. Bob turns, and he should get there easily in the end. So 2 runs. Bye signal by the umpire. He's hit this hard. Straight back down the ground. Long off. Gets his ball back into the keeper. Just one. Worrell back on strike. He's 2 of 5. Bob, on the other hand, 7 of 5. Pushed into the offside from Worrell. There's no run. Such a difficult wicket to bat on. There's another dot ball. Preston Clark finishes off a good spell. 4 overs, none for 19. Roger Yearwood, the pick of the bowlers, 3 wickets for 6 runs and 4. At the end of 16 is 69-7. So Marcus back into the attack to Bob. Slashing at this one. Cut away from Baba. Lovely shot from Daniel Babbage, racing towards the boundary, and it's 4. Have Mary Boys missed a trick by letting Daniel Babatsu lead down the order. $73 for 7 now. A big swing and a miss from Bab again. Taking all the pace off of it. Another big heave. Can't blame him. That's what they need at the moment. 6:59 to win. 3 overs after this. $59 to get from 20. There's Catalan Marcus. Bob. Oh, lovely shot there from Surav Worrell. It's racing to the boundary and it's 4. Surav Worrell. Can he bring it home for UWI St. Augustine? What a shot that was. Short and wide and put away. We'll have a look again. So short and wide, and Surav Worrell got behind it and transferred his weight into the shot. Lovely batting from Worrell. 54 to get from 3 at the end of 17. It's 78 for 7. Oh, Baba's gotten a lot on this. The fielder's there. Gets a single. It's Damani Roach into Surav Worrell. Gonna tuck this one down the next side, but wide. 53 to get from 17. 52, in fact. It's a tough wicket to get 15 and 16 runs and over. And the required rate is 18. And a couple of quick boundaries, you just never know. Surav Worrell. Bit off up in the circle, so he's looking to hit straight down over him. And now he's gone back. Worrell, he's hit this one. Over cover. Over wide extra cover, and Sarab Worrell has put it on a batting clinic here. He's on to 10 with his second boundary. He's fighting for UWI St. Augustine. The man he wrote, this one was just wide and allowing Worrell to swing through the ball. A couple of changes to the field. He's got a man at deep point, a deep mid wicket, deep square along on. And now he's bringing up the deep square. The long on is what he's brought up. So he's got nobody straight back. So Worrell taking a new guard. He has a new plan. And he's chopped on. Worrell has to go. The change of angle doing the job for the Manny Roach. And it's 84 for 8. UWI St. Augustine in a spot of bother even more. And I think with Worrell going, they're gonna be their hopes of winning this game. Let's have a look again. A change of angle working. Worrell looking to cut, getting off the inside of the bat onto the stumps. You can see the disappointment. Yeah, number 10, Tristan Gray, the hat-trick hero from earlier on. He has to do a job with the bat now. Two balls to go in the over. So you're working this one straight to the man. You get the single. So Bob will be on strike for the final ball of the over. 47 to get from 13. Final delivery of the 18th over. Bob on strike against the Mani Roach. Down the track, down the ground. And the 4 runs, is it? No. The man gets rock and Bob gets a single. So the end of the 18th over, 86 for 8. And with that, I think it's going to be very difficult from here on out for the UWI St. Augustine team. Credit goes to Cable. They both very well on this wicket. Look at some of the figures there. 4 overs, none for 19 for Clark. 2 overs, 1 for 5 for Paris. Yearwood, the pick of the bowlers. 4 overs, 3 wickets, 6 runs. And Fuchs and Morris, 1 for 10 and 2 overs apiece. Rob hits this one down to long on for a single. Tristan Gray on strike now. Gonna look for two here, Tristan Gray. They will get there easily in the end. Single here. Here's Marcus again into Bab. Good slow delivery, but it's beating the keeper. Driven from Gray. And a lovely bit of fielding from Antonio Morris. Just a single at the end of the 18th, the end of the 19th, or one delivery to go, in fact. Ball him, Bab has to go. And it's 92 for 9 now. Roach in for the final over. Tristan Gray is working this one into the onside for a single. He'll turn back for two. And he gets in safely. The new batsman, Zachary Marjorie. So, good delivery there from the Mani Roach. Now the third man for a single. Just 3 deliveries left before the inevitable. It's been a brilliant bowling performance from Keith Hill. Zachary Marjorie on strike here. So one delivery to go now. 98 for 9. And Gray keeps it out. So at the end of 20 overs, 98 for 9. St. Augustine have avoided getting bowled out, but it's been a dominant performance from Cave Hill with the ball in hand. Ronjay Yearwood, 3 for 6 in 4 overs. And he definitely looks like the one who would take the man of the match award. So that's going to be all from us here for day 3 of the cricket here at UB Games. Cave Hill victorious by 33 runs. Join us tomorrow for more action.